Hello everyone and welcome to another Fowl Original with me, good old Fowl Original. Let's crank up my mic a little bit and deafen all of you. Back in the bureau, back in the normal place that I do this show from, on the rigs. It's been a fun old weekend. We're talking more about that tomorrow's show on Wednesday for the weekly wrestling recap, which will be happening at, well, the normal time that it does, which is 8 PM to 9 PM. Every Wednesday and Sunday. I just wanted to say hello, everyone. It's great to be back, being able to do technologies in the proper way. But yeah, I came back and there was a little bit of drama. But that's not for Newsround. That's for other shows. And if you want to help support those other shows, then quick shill in. But you can go to you can go to hell. You can go to fowloriginal.com. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you can see this big old bird face. And then when you see this big old bird face, you can go down to support the channel. If you click support the channel, that brings up some options to support the channel. You can go to become a Patreon, streamlabs.com, or donate, which is the most popular. If you go to donate button, and you will see that you could put in whatever you wanted. $5 if you wanted, make it a monthly donation. You write a note and I will shout you out in the internet. And yeah, it's PayPal, so you can use credit and debit card if you want as well. But enough shilling and back to the illing. I do apologise for some of you folks. I won't be able to read a lot of your chat because this was done in the quickest getaway. I was out and about just now. Went to McDonald's. There are other fast food restaurants available that have drive-through capability, but McDonald's is normally the easiest, and had myself a McFlurry. But what is The Circle? A new Channel 4 reality TV show started tonight, and it's all based within the internets. So a lot of it is based on, well, as I said, the internets. So you have, I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I've been reading the articles about it, and the first episode aired tonight. I'm going to watch that after the show. But this is my hot take on what I assume is going on. So let's go to the Express. And the contestants on the Circle, the Circle on Channel 4 contestants. Who are the contestants on the Circle? The Circle starts tonight on Channel 4 with 8 contestants battling for social media popularity and £50,000. But who are the contestants? The Circle, the latest reality TV show from Channel 4, will start tonight at 9:15, where we'll meet the 8 contestants taking part in the social media-based reality show. Hosted by Maya Jama and Alice Levine, the Circle will see the 8 contestants only interacting via The Circle, a social media app where they can either play as themselves or as another person entirely. In the lead up to the series launching, Channel 4 have released the identities of the 8 contestants. They've also revealed what identity they intend to have in The Circle. So basically it's a bunch of people, I guess it's a spin on Big Brother, essentially, where you can kind of be whoever you want, but all through social media. And you've got Aidan, a 19-year-old call centre worker, and Shots girl from Wakefield, that's her. She says her aim is to show people I'm normal and down to earth. So she'll be playing as herself. Alex is a 26-year-old content producer from London. He says he is going into someone else who I can manipulate to become the most popular person in there. He will, playing as his girlfriend of 2 years, Kate. Interesting. Dan is a 28-year-old former estate agent from London. He said, I'm going to be 100% myself and will play the game, as his 2 chest tattoos say, loyalty, integrity. Freddie is a 20-year-old call centre worker from Essex. Despite being openly gay in real life, he intends to play a straight version of himself in The Circle, as he wants to see if I'll be popular as a straight man, to find out if people will like me for me or only because I'm gay. And there's Dan and Freddie, and Janelle and Jennifer. Janelle is a 31-year-old stay-at-home mum from London. Though she says she will go in there and be on normal talkative self, she also added that she won't say straight away have a child. I don't know why I've given her such a... I'm sorry. And Jennifer is a 40-year-old managing director of an analytics company from Newcastle. There she is. After deleting all her social media accounts, she's on a mission to show the evils of social media by posing as a cancer doctor in an attempt to hit the other contestants' psychological trigger points. And we've also got the 2 people who've got up here, Mitchell and Sean. Mitchell is a 22-year-old bar supervisor from Norfolk. The self-proclaimed king of Tinder will just be myself, chat to people, put myself out there in the circle. And then Sian is a 20-year-old model and student from London. She intends to treat the circle as a sort of social experiment where I'm just going to be me, stripped back to expose the person behind the perfect social media presence. Now, I was really, really, really excited when I heard this pop up on my Instagram feed. It also, let's just check if this is going live everywhere. When it popped up on my Instagram feed, I was a bit like, what is this? But it seemed quite an interesting idea. Well, let's see. It seems quite an interesting idea. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, like I feel weird about the whole show. Like it's social media, so I'm down with that totally. But it is just Big Brother, and it's people playing a version of themselves through social media. I haven't seen it yet. As I said, like I'm going to be watching it after this, but I just kind of wanted to let everybody know what it is, because that's been trending on Twitter for like quite a long time. And that's our first story done on Fowl Original Newsround. I'm going to make this concise. I'm going to do this the right way. Now, also in TV news, GBBO 2018. That's Great British Bake Off to any of you that are not in the UK. Terry is sick. I don't know who Terry is, but the internets know. So let's quickly make mention of this. He has a sweet mustache. So Terry. This is from the radiotimes.com. Why isn't Terry on the Great British Bake Off this week? Where on earth is that man and his wonderful moustache? It is a wonderful moustache. Look at that moustache. The Great British Bake Off is now into its 4th week, which means there should be 9 bakers left. So why are there only 8 in the tent? Where is Terry? Terry and his wonderful moustache are notably absent from the Bake Off tent in dessert week, meaning we won't be seeing any of those glorious shots of him riding his horse in the country or tending to his bees. He has bees. So where is Artel at the beginning of dessert week? Host Sandy Togsfig answers that very question. Terry is poorly, but with the agreement of absolutely everyone, he's going to be allowed to come back next week. Mystery solved. Phew. Update. Given Terry's absence on Bake Off in week 4, the judges decided it wouldn't be fair to send anybody home, meaning for that on the first time ever, history being made, on GBBO, no bakers left the tent. But this does mean that 2 bakers are likely to get the boot next week. Everybody survives. Nobody's going home. GBBO. Obviously that's on Channel 4 as well. That was the big lead-in to The Circle. So it's a very smart night planned by Channel 4 where you're getting an established audience to look at something which is a little bit different. Now, the reason I'm talking about this story in any kind of way, shape or form, this would normally fall under my In Other News, is because, well, look at that man's mustache, and I will be sad to see him go. I've always sad to see him go. And I hope that he comes back and just destroys them all in Bake Off. I don't know. I want that man to make a sausage roll. For me. Just me. And only me. Steak Bake will do as well, actually. Let's go to our last story of the headlines that I would like to talk about. This story is that the Captain Marvel trailer has been released. So, as well on the internet, and I get copyright strikes anyway, let's play the trailer. I'm going to find it, and that is the, because I found some fake ones last week, and I was talking to Chinman about it, and I was a bit like, that's fake. And this is the official trailer. So let's have a little look-see, shall we? Shan't we? We shan't. Let's have a little look. First of all, Blockbuster Video. There's a Blockbuster Video pop-up shop in London. I just missed out on it for Deadpool 2. Anyway, we digress. Bam! Sorry, it's just, I love these trailers. Anyway.
True be told, I was ready to hang it up until I met you today.
Look at him. Look at the young.
Today.
Look at him. He looks fantastic. He looks absolutely fantastic.
So you're not from around here?
It's hard to explain. I keep having these memories. I see flashes. I think I had a life here. But I can't tell if it's real.
Oh, so I've been watching this trailer and just have a little look at what's going on. So we can see there's some aliens.
We have no idea what threats are out there.
There's the scroll. All right. So for those of you in the know,
no idea what threats are.
Oh, there we are. Nice.
What?
There we are. So there they are. The scroll. The Skrull. The Marty Skrull.
Threats are out there. We can't do this alone.
Ooh, and a young Coulson. Ooh. A very young Coulson. He's got hair.
Alone. We need you.
That's not Batman, by the way, for anyone that's asking.
I'm not what you think I am.
So, March 19, we will have a Captain Marvel. Actually, not Marvel, it's Marvel. But the Captain Marvel trailer has been released. So that is setting up, and it would be, I would guess it's the last movie before Infinity War. But does, because that movie will be out very soon after it. So very exciting stuff. Loads of little things shown there. Obviously, we get to see the scroll. And for those of you that don't know, let's just quickly, very briefly, nip into a little like scroll situation. So, for those of you that don't know the scroll, and this is why this is such a big deal, really, is let's pop this up. So, the scroll. The Skrulls are a fictional race of extraterrestrial shapeshifters appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The Skrulls have been regularly featured in several decades of Marvel Comics, usually as villains bent on invading Earth and engage in a prolonged war with the extraterrestrial Kree. And you can see basically the Fantastic Four and all those guys from Fox. The Skrull create a weapon called the Super Skrull, which is a makeup of all 4 powers of the Fantastic Four, and then they fight. But the Skrull in stuff that happened within the comics were basically kind of like the ultimate insider moles, and all the stuff that has happened with, I'll just nip this back, all the stuff that has happened with Hydra and that kind of big massive thing that, if you're a big fan of the MCU, all the Hydra stuff that happened in Winter Soldier, same kind of situation with this. Like, this will be like earth shattering, and plus we start to go out into space, and plus this movie is set in the 90s, so plenty of nostalgia. This movie is not gonna do too badly whatsoever. It's going to have no problem out there, and a really, really great film. I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait. But that was the other really big news, because right now that trailer has, it's #1 trending on the Twitters, and it has 10 million views, and it was released about 8 hours ago, 9 hours. If I could get those kind of views, I mean, I could retire today, yesterday. But no, I'm happy with my station in life. Anyway, on all of that, we have spoken of the big 3 stories that I feel that we're going to be talking about today. So let's nip you into a very quick Metro Moments of free newspapers. This is the Metro today. So I'm back in Burns now. So obviously we haven't got the Raising the Evening Standard segment, as I don't have the Evening Standard. But This is calling all beauty. This is just the wraparound and beauty club community. Forget about all of that. Forget about all of that. But this is the front page of the Metro. Just married. Worst train delays for 12 years. A very British front page to the Metro today. 1 in 7 runs late amid timetable chaos, and that's punctuality on Britain's railways. And just married, Bieber's London honeymoon. And there's the full story on page 3, and we've got Biebs gets a bit juicy. But the story that I wanted to quickly talk about from the Metro was ranting racist bomb maker stockpiled arsenal at home. The reason I want to talk about this will become quite apparent very quickly. A racist who turned his home into a bomb-making factory and wrote rants against Lenny Henry and Dawn French in hate-filled diaries has been jailed. Stephen Baraka, 56, stockpiled 17 homemade bombs and an arsenal of weapons included machetes, knives, an axe, air pistols, and catapults. Royal Navy experts blew up a 20-pound fertiliser bomb found under the bed of his home in Bishop's Taunton, Devon, in January, filming the blast on Dartmoor, to show its power. Police also found disturbing diary entries by Baraka, and that's Baraka. It's not Baraka, it's Baraka. Detailing his extremist and anti-government views. His scribblings included regular use of the N-word and anger at Henry and French's relationship, describing the actress as an insult to decent white folk. Wow. Judge David Evans said among the somewhat rambling entries in the notebook were clear expressions of racist and homophobic attitudes and expressions of aggressive hostility to other groups in society. He said the explosives had the potential for death or serious injury. The unemployed loner had an extensive self-taught knowledge of chemicals and how to make explosives, said police. They described him as someone who had disassociated himself from society. Disassociated himself from society. Baraka was jailed for 3 years and 4 months by Exeter Crown Court for 3 counts of having explosive devices, 1 of having a knife in public, and 1 of possessing amphetamine. 3 years for that? I mean, there's Lenny Henry and Dawn French in happier times. And they're no longer together, but oh my god, yeah. So he didn't like Dawn French and Lenny Henry having an interracial relationship. Okay. He used the N-word against old Lenny Henry here. Okay. 3 years for the kind of explosives he had and stuff. I mean, come on. Like, he's only... How old is he? 57. 56. He'll be outright 60. He'll be bombing everywhere. Please don't bomb me. Please. I've got enough problems as it is. And then we've got the pop star Justin's kiss for Hailey, but are they wed? And basically, someone's been paparazzi has been following Justin Bieber around London and taking pictures of him and making their own narrative from the story, which is what the paparazzi do. And they've got some really good shots of him and his potential wife. Great. Now let's go back to some more Metro moments. So this is pretty funny. Rescue diver sues Musk over pedo Twitter jibe. Elon Musk is being sued by a British diver who helped rescue young football players trapped in a Thai cave last July. Like, I didn't even know any of that was happening. I was like totally on the internet, so I did not know this. Actually, wait, I can probably put the chat up actually today because I'm back in. Let's see what happens. Because I'm back in the, unless it makes me log in, and is that why I didn't? Okay, wait. Nope. Let's try it one more time. Nope. Try it one more time. No. Sorry, folks. Oh, but I can probably pull it out of here. I wonder. Or will it just... It's not It's not doing the things I want it to. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We're trying to do technology stuff. Sorry, there's a lot of you in the chat, and I do apologise. I will try and come back to you. Are you guys on the Periscope? I'm not. Let's pull up my Periscope and see what you're saying. Elon Musk, and so Vernon Unsworth says the Tesla boss harmed his reputation by falsely accusing him of being a paedophile. He has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles seeking more than £57,000 compensation and a court order stopping the billionaire from making further allegations. He is also suing for punitive damages to punish him for his wrongdoing. Mr. Musk, 47, called Mr. Unsworth, 63, a pedo on Twitter after the diver said the submarine built by SpaceX engineers to help with the Thai boys' rescue was a PR stunt. He alleged that Britain had moved to Thailand to be with an underage bride and goaded him to sue if the claims were untrue. I love that. I love that. Come on, man. You got to give him an answer. And as you can see, that's the man that's suing him. I mean, Elon Musk has got pretty deep pockets, so let's see if I can see. Can I see? You're one of the first to do. You want to come? Hello there, Architect's Yard, and I am Bieber, and Mr. Brian Walsh. And this is also like a lot of these stories were very like, oh my god, but. Trial doctor's awkward text to home loan advisor. A mortgage advisor told a jury she received an uncomfortable text message from a doctor accused of fraud. Natasha Saunders was helping Dr. Anthony McGrath, a father of 4, with his mortgage application when he texted, "You are looking very well, young lady," a court heard yesterday. Ms. Saunders said she always tried to remain professional and texted back, "Thank you very much, I do try." She said that that was her standard response to an uncomfortable comment. She was giving evidence at Luton Crown Court, where McGrath, 45, and his wife Anne-Louise denied charges of mortgage fraud. The Irish orthopaedic surgeon also denies making a bogus insurance claim for £180,000 after it was alleged he falsely reported a burglary at his home in April 2015. The prosecution claimed McGrath and his GP wife, 44, were in debt, having rented a cottage on the Luton Hoo estate, Bedfordshire, while renovations took place at their £1.1 million home in Clarence Road, St Albans, and hoped the insurance would raise the funds needed for the work. It is also alleged false mortgage applications were made to raise £800,000 and then £135,000 on a Clarence Road address and a further £85,000 on a property which had been the home of Anne-Louise's mother. When the £135 mortgage went through in 2015, McGrath allegedly sent Ms. Saunders a message saying, "Please give me your bank account. I want to give you some pocket money for being so good." She said she messaged back, "Dinner will be enough, but never intended to go." The trial continues. So we've been trying it on with the lovely ladies and the estate agents, and wow, just wow. It's a very interesting story, really. And it's still ongoing, so we're going to get more details as it goes on. But imagine the wife having to say, "Nope, he didn't hit on that woman. We don't have an open relationship." And this is another cool one. Balcony quip doesn't go down well for diplomat. A UK diplomat has been ridiculed on social media after linking the high number of falls from hotel rooms in Mallorca to Brits being unfamiliar with balconies. Consul General Lord Mien told a Spanish paper that British tourists are not accustomed to flats with balconies. They also need to control their alcohol intake, he said. Louis Alfonso tweeted, "I now have an excuse if I have a car accident in the UK. We're not used to driving on the left." Tony and Nicola Martin said, "As we're not used to snow, we fall out of cable cars when we go skiing." Like it when the politicians can make fun of themselves. And we've also got some WikiLeaks stories in there, but I wanted to quickly, and there's quite a lot of depressing stories really, but I wanted to just quickly get through them. Spiced out drug zombies plague our town centre. This shocking image shows the effects of the drug spice after it left 3 people reduced to zombies in a busy town centre. Marketing boss Daniel hailed, caught the two men and a woman on camera slumped on the bench on the pavement as shoppers walked by in the middle of the afternoon in Blackburn, Lancashire. It's completely freaked me out. They look like the addicts are virtually dead, he said. They are playing the streets and it's very harrowing and freaky to watch. It's like the street is turning into zombie central. It's disturbing. The banned legal high is man-made and designed to mimic the euphoric effects of cannabis, but it can be fatal and has been known to trigger psychotic episodes. Spice is bad, kids. Don't do spice. Don't do spice. Actually, children might actually be watching this. Don't do drugs. But you can see this image. If you see this image, oh my god, like just look at them. They literally do look dead, don't they? And I think that was, oh actually sorry, guilty pleasures. Can't forget about the guilty pleasures. And I think, oh here we go, actually no, this story. A team of students have broken the record for the world's fastest toilet. The teenagers from Harrington School in Oakham, Rutland fitted a 250cc engine to a loo and reached 73 miles per hour at a festival in North Yorkshire. The previous record was 70 miles per hour. There was a previous record for the fastest toilet? Amazing. And I think there was one story in here. Well, we've already kind of spoke about this before, but the new Joker is in here and some Burberry stuff. And as I said, we're talking about the Circle. There's an ad for the Circle right now, tonight. Getting the Metro to advertise it. That's cross promotion, that is. That's what we call cross promotion. And I think, from what I saw today, I mean, actually, now this story, I mean, it's potentially going to be in some of the other stuff that I'll talk about later, but this story, Trump's court nominee denies teen sex assault. Now, for those of you that know, there is currently a £93 million lawsuit being brought against Sacha Baron Cohen and the production team on Who is America for defamation of character for this man, I believe. I believe it is Brett Kavanaugh. I think that I believe it is Brett Kavanaugh. So this guy, Brett Kavanaugh, allegedly had sex with some kids. I was going to say some kids. Allegedly, and let's read the story, written by the Metro. So this is their words, not mine. Donald Trump's nominee for the Supreme Court says a claim he sexually assaulted a teenage girl when he was in high school is completely false. Brett Kavanaugh, 53, intends to refute the allegation, which he categorically and unequivocally denies, the White House said. His accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, claims a drunken Kavanaugh groped her and tried to take off her clothes at a party in 1982. When she was 15 and he was 17. She believes that if it were not for the severe intoxication of Brett Kavanaugh, she would have been raped. Her lawyer, Deborah S. Katz, told NBC Ms. Ford is willing to speak to the Senate Judiciary Committee considering Judge Kavanaugh's nomination. Ms. Katz said she denied her client, a Democrat, is politically motivated. Ms. Ford, 51, a psychology professor at California's Palo Alto University, said of the alleged incident, "I thought he might inadvertently kill me. He was trying to attack me and remove my clothing." She told the Washington Post that she got away when Kavanaugh's friend, Mike Judge, jumped on them and everyone tumbled. Mr. Judge has denied the incident happened. 65 women who knew Mr. Kavanaugh in high school described him as someone who always treated women with decency and respect. He went to a private boys' school in Maryland. Democrats have called for a vote on his nomination set Thursday to be delayed. All 10 Democrats on the committee oppose the appointment, which they fear would shift the balance of the court to the right and could lead to the rethink on laws on abortion and presidential powers. The White House accused the committee's top Democrat, Dianne Feinstein, of an 11th-hour attempt to delay his confirmation. And Tom Arnold got into a fight with Apprentice producer Mark Burnett at a party. The True Lies actor tweeted, "Mark Burnett just went ape-ish and choked me, then ran away with his torn pink shirt." Arnold, whose new TV show is called Hunt for the Trump Tapes, has accused Burnett of hiding recordings of the US president allegedly using the N-word during filming of The Apprentice. Burnett's wife, Roma Downey, retaliated, tweeting a picture of her hand saying, "Got this bruise when Tom Arnold tried to ambush me." Well, wow. And there's the strawberry shortage where we talked about strawberries that had needles in them, and they are running out Australian wise. I mean, Australia is a hard place to get imports into, so strawberries just went. You holding strawberries in Australia, you just made an overnight success. As long as you're not putting needles in them. And even then, you can't even sell them from Australia. You can just eat them yourself, just don't eat the needles. And that is that for Metro. Well, but if you also want, you can get yourself some McDonald's vouchers. That is the end of Metro moments for today. And let's just quickly. We've got the hairy biker. Let's just take it back to the front and Metro moment. Now, if you want to keep me in Metros, then you can go to fowloriginal.com. Oh, what's on fowloriginal.com? I hear you say. Oh, well, only like all the things that I'm doing and the places that I am and this big old bird face. And if you see this big old bird face, you can go to support the channel. And when you go to support the channel, you can become a Patreon. And you can go to streamlabs.com/fowloriginalwrestling, which is my wrestling stuff. And you can also just go to the donate button, which is the most popular. When you click the donate button, it will take you through to PayPal login screen, or just bring you to this, and you can pop in $5 if you want. Make it a monthly donation if you'd like, and that would be awesome. And I do really appreciate every donation given to me. It really has helped to do a lot of the things I'm doing. And you can just write me up a message like, "Hey, my name is ... Here's a $5." Do something like that if you wanted. You could totally do something like that. But enough of shilling. So I went to Birmingham Film Festival this weekend. We will be talking about that tomorrow. I'm not really going to have the time tonight to actually get it all sorted. I've still got to time my room. Jesus Christ, the Fowl Originals room is terrible right now. I need to sort it out. But I also need to vacuum, and it's too late to vacuum. Now, I wanted to leave you. It's going to be quite a brief one tonight. I want to try and get these down to a more manageable size. And because of this, I wanted to quickly go to in other news, and I've got a few in other newses. Quote, in other news, that I just wanted to really quickly, like, just whistle stop tour it. And then tomorrow, I haven't got the film section tonight because I didn't go to the cinema. And let's just go to the BBC News website, and I'm going to show you three stories which I felt were very, very intriguing stories from this week. And I think that, and where was the other one? Oh, here we go. So these are the ones that I wanted to really talk about, as I felt that they were probably the ones that are probably being underreported. So, in other news, BBC News, McDonald's workers strike over sexual harassment policy. This is brand new. Just came in an hour ago. BBC.co.uk news/business. Staff at McDonald's restaurants in 10 US cities walked out on Tuesday over claims the fast food giant is not doing enough to prevent sexual harassment. The strike comes after 27 women filed complaints against the chain, alleging it failed to enforce company rules against abuse. The women said they were ignored after reporting incidents included groping, indecent exposure, and lewd comments. McDonald's said there was no place for harassment in its restaurants. The strike was planned to last for 1 hour around lunchtime and targeted multiple restaurants in cities including Chicago, Los Angeles, and Miami. Hundreds of cashiers and cooks walked out, protest organisers said. They were joined by other labour activists. McDonald's has a company-wide sexual harassment policy, but the protesters, who are backed by the Time's Up Legal Defence Fund, want to see improvements. They say procedures for responding to harassment complaints are inadequate and that all staff should undergo anti-harassment training. Since 2016, more than 24 McDonald's workers have filed complaints with the US National Labor Relations Board alleging their reports of harassment were ignored, mocked, or met with retaliation. The complaints named both McDonald's franchisees and the company itself. However, the firm regards its franchises as independent business owners. In one example, Brianna Morrow, a 15-year-old cashier in St. Louis, said she had been reportedly harassed by a co-worker using graphic sexual language. However, when she reported the incident, her supervisors did nothing. In another incident, an employee said she had reported being groped by a co-worker at a New Orleans outlet. Instead of taking action, her managers mocked the woman and said she was probably giving the worker sex appeal. Wow. Policies in place. McDonald's spokeswoman Andrea Abate said, "We have policies, procedures, and training in place that are specifically designed to prevent sexual harassment at our company and company-owned restaurants, and we firmly believe that our franchisees share this commitment." McDonald's also continues to face pressure from labour unions over the wages it pays its staff. The Fight for $15, a national movement seeking to increase the minimum wage, has been pressurising the chain to increase wages and improve working conditions. The campaign also helped to organise Tuesday's protest. So the Fight for $15 is a campaign which has been going on quite new, it's quite a new campaign. And it's a movement to bring the national the national living wage in places like McDonald's up to a normal level. And $15 doesn't sound like a lot, but to some people that could mean being able to live a normal life instead of living, and especially with a 0 hours contract, you never really have that security. I worked on a 0 hours contract for a while. It's not fun. It's not fun. But at the same time, you're on a 0 hours contract. So what are you going to do? There's like 20 people behind you waiting to do it. It's kind of good that these people actually did protest together. I'm quite impressed. And that's why I thought I'd talk about that story. Next up is this one. Actually, we've got two stories, and then I may actually briefly speed this up for the evening. This is trending on BBC. Regret over shaming homeless man filming on train. When a man was... Oh, I switched it over. Yeah, we are. When a man was filmed shaving on a train, the initial response on social media was disgust and outrage. Now, though, people are expressing their regret and making snap judgments amidst an outpouring of empathy on social media. So what happened? The clip showing Anthony Torres, 56, shaving his face and flicking foam on the floor was condemned by many of the 3 million viewers. So gross, people wrote, while others suggested they would have puked and called Mr. Torres a pig and a slob. However, Mr. Torres has since explained why he was shaving on the New Jersey train, leaving many to regret their snap judgments. He said he had been staying at a homeless shelter for the past 3 nights and had previously spent time sleeping at bus stations. Speaking to the BBC's Outside Source programme, Mr. Torres said he was shocked to discover that a video of him had been posted to social media. Reflecting on the reaction to the video, Mr. Torres said, "The negative comments don't bother me." He explained that he lost his job during the economic downturn and has struggled ever since. Mr. Torres said he was unable to shave at the homeless shelter, but admits that he maybe shouldn't have thrown the shaving cream on the floor. People are heartless, it's easy to judge, but they don't know how they would deal with being homeless. Mr. Torres was travelling to his brother's house to ask for support when the video was taken. A number of people who saw the original video, which has since been deleted, expressed regret for laughing or mocking Mr. Torres after reading more about his life. One Twitter user wrote how they felt sorry for making a snap judgment. "I feel bad. I saw the tweet. It's funny to see someone optimize commute time like that, not so much when they don't have a place to call home. Sorry, I didn't mean it as a judgment, sending positive thoughts." Stranger shaming, and this is the thing now, this is why I always wanted to talk about the story. Stranger shaming, so-called stranger shaming, or otherwise sharing covert photographs of strangers, is a long-standing issue on social media. The phenomenon involves posting videos online to highlight a behaviour that one finds distasteful. Man-spreading, students sleeping at the library, men wearing red trousers, and napping commuters have all been the target of ridicule and undercover photography. The issue of women applying makeup on the train, which is something that I was going to talk about a few weeks ago, but I thought it was stupid, has drawn particular attention recently. Others wrote that they had judged Mr. Torres' situation and felt ashamed for judging him. "I figured he was just running late for work. You never know a person's story. Shame on me." The video and Mr. Torres' subsequent explanation has sparked a conversation about the tendency to shame people on social media. One user wrote, "His shaming says more about people judging than him." Others implored people to think about the human on the other side of your lens. Where is the civility of our civil society? So much motivated by a viral tweet. There is a human on the side of your lens. Talk to him. Understand his story. Why can't we save our dragging for people who've truly earned it? Some on social media were moved to set up a GoFundMe page for Mr. Torres with the aim of helping him get back on his feet. So I guess out of people's guilt, a little bit of positivity has come forth. So we can only be happy that something has. And that's everything for tonight. We don't have a film segment tonight, so I kind of wanted to keep it nice and brief. And I will leave you with something that I feel is probably the best way to leave us after something like The Circle, and that is, as you all know, I'm a very I'm a very learned guy in the television stakes. So let's quickly pop this up for you. I think you might enjoy this. So, as is always, thank you all for everyone joining. If you want to help support the channel, then you can go to fowloriginal.com. You go to fowloriginal.com, you know the drill by now. You go to fowloriginal.com, you can go to support the channel, and if you go to support the channel, you can go down to the donate button. The easiest way to do this, click donate. It will take you to a login, well, it will take you to a web place where you can donate, and this is through PayPal, as you can see. It's through PayPal. You can make it a monthly donation if you want, or you can just do it as a one-off, and whichever way you do it, let me know. Let me know your name so I can give you a shout out on the show. Brian Walsh, one of our long-standing viewers, you get a shout out all the time, buddy, all the time. I've gone to the wrong place, so I've shown my hand too early. Whoop, let's transition these back. So, what is the circle? What is the circle? I will leave you with this, which is a television show from the late 80s, 90s called Ever Decreasing Circles. And I wanted to say, thank you very much to everyone who supported on the Burning Hammer Film Festival, everyone who's kept on watching. If you can't donate to the channel, then obviously you can like, share, subscribe, follow me on all the things. And this has been a Fowl Original. Thanks for watching. See you next time.